Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and three toes. I will beat your ass.
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake up and hustle, you won't see me buckle, I've been in the field. Man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy, we shutting everything down. I've been hot like somebody put a candle on them. Off top, I don't really stand opponents, this mine. The moment is, run out and start a bunch of pandemonium. More game, I got some, the skill is by one, y'all done, the game in the coffin. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you next to me, it's West. This ain't no regular thing, came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's hard to be nice, I play with all of my life.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good afternoon. Happy Hump Day. This is a one ass cheek, three toes show with your host B Strilla. And next to you got Nate the Great. What is going on, Nate?
What up, man? How you doing?
You're feeling the blues today, huh?
Yeah, it's I don't know if it's like, that spring weather coming in where it's like all doom and gloom and then, it's going to get hot again. So, yeah. Kind of, I know you're used to it more than I'm not. Just, I don't know. It's one of those days.
You never get used to Michigan weather. It changes like every 5 seconds. That's the problem here.
Yeah.
But it's just, like today, it started off at 47, but it's supposed to go up to 60 something degrees as the day goes on overnight. And it's supposed to be, thunderstorms and all that BS. So yeah, it's our weather's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, what's some tidbits you got going on for the world of sports today? Anything we need to know? As you know, I don't know everything.
Well, we could talk about this for a sec. You know me, I love listening to talk radio. And so I've been listening to talk radio lately. And the Shedeur Sanders news is really interesting. Like, I feel like there's a lot of negativity towards him, and some of it's his physicalness. He's not a most athletic guy. He's a good passer, but he's not going to run around and run a 4.2 or 4.3 speed. But also too, like, I feel like his character is being like dragged in the mud too. It's like, I don't know. I kind of feel bad for the guy because I think some of it's warranted because of the way he kind of portrays himself. But again, like I said, he didn't separate himself from his daddy. So that's a big problem. And I don't know. I mean, like, rumors have it right now that it looks like he might fall like to the Raiders. And the Raiders would have an interesting quandary if they have him and Genty there at 8. I mean, if you're the Raiders, I mean, they need a running back. Geno is getting older.
I don't think they have a quandary. I think they pick Gentry. I mean, let's face it. Come on, the quarterbacks in this draft are only up above there because they've been hyping them up. And really, if you're really that desperate for a quarterback, you're going to get a quarterback. And Raiders are not in that position right now. They got Geno Smith. They can use him. They got to get Genty. They have a good running game to support Geno. I wouldn't even bat an eye at that.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand Tom Brady has something, invested in Shedeur, but at the same time, it's a business at the end of the day. And Brady's not the one running the team. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, I guess to me, like, what do have left in the tank? Like, I mean, Pete Carroll obviously banged the drum for him. So, yeah, I mean, they probably will just kick the tires probably for another year, and then try to look for their quarterback. But yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not.
I
I'm
don't know.
not. I wouldn't be unhappy about having Geno. Geno's been a pretty productive quarterback his last 3 years in the league, and I think that he can bring that same thing. You know, he's got Pete Carroll there now, so that he's got him under his wing. I mean, I don't see them if they want to go get a quarterback. I think next year, the year after that, will probably be the best 2 years to get a decent NFL quarterback from college. Right now, I just don't. I see projects, I see potential, but I don't see starters. That's what I don't see. I'm not saying none of these players in this draft are garbage. They're potentials, but they got to be worked on. They got their projects. None of them should be, to tell you the truth, really, a lot of them shouldn't be number one picks. They shouldn't be, but you got to put them somewhere. You got to rank them somewhere, and you got to put them somewhere by where they're coming out of college. So, I mean, I just don't think that Shedeur Sanders is not something that they should be hyper extending over the next, until the draft. I think they should go after Gentry, and then
I think they're really high on Gentry because they do need a running back, but it would be interesting if both those players are available, just to chatter in their room about where they go. Because I guarantee you, some people would be like, well, we could draft Shedeur and let him learn behind Geno, Because if you look at it from a standpoint, I would probably argue that Shedeur is probably similar to Geno in some aspects. They're both, they're not very mobile guys, but they're pretty accurate. Geno probably has a little bit stronger of an arm than Shedeur. I don't know. I really don't know a lot about Shedeur. I'll be honest with you, because the son of a bitch didn't freaking do the combine.
that doesn't really impress upon me either. I've seen some of his college games. I mean, he's a good quarterback with little in college. When you don't see the difference between college and the NFL, when you don't have really too many people on your team that are good, skill position wise. I mean, he had a couple guys on there, but he really didn't have a great offensive line. That's the reason why he had to be mobile so much.
Right? Yeah, he did more with less, no doubt about that. But the thing is that what I'm saying is I wanted him to do the combine because a lot of people's, when they're knocking his physical ability, he's not a fast guy. He doesn't have a strong arm. He could put some of those to rest if he could show some of those skills off, and he hasn't done that. And so it's more like you just have the tape to look at him, and he's like, well, you have my tape. That's it. Like, I'm not doing anything else. And I think that's dumb because now all these people are developing their own judgments about you, and you can't do nothing about it. You're not shutting them down. So basically, if you fall, it's because your own what's the word I want to use? Your own selfish reasons, because you didn't try to go to the combine, or at least, try to put out something there showing that you do have good speed, or run a 40 or something. It's not hard. You get your daddy to set it up and all that stuff. But
maybe that's the person that kept him from doing it was his dad. He says, don't go to the combine.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know what? Being in that situation, though, I would think that if Deion wanted him to be show his full potential, he would have told him to go to the combine. So in a way, I kind of think that his father doesn't think he's the greatest quarterback, but he's good enough to get in the NFL. So I'm not going to put you in situations that are going to hurt you. I'm going to put you in situations that are going to help you. So that's the point. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword, because the fact that he's protecting him, because I think that's the word you want to use, he's protecting him because he knows he's not the most skilled quarterback, is actually the reason why he could drop, because people think he's not the most skilled quarterback. So, it's kind of like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So, it only takes one team to fall in love with that quarterback. So, we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to see, where his team goes. Some people compare him to like a Bo Nix, kind of, where, Bo Nix before the draft, nobody really knew a lot about Bo Nix, like what he was. I knew about him because I watched him in the SEC. So I knew what he was kind of about. And so, but with Shedeur, it's like, just, if you watch Colorado football, he's about. If you don't, then
right.
you don't. got a YouTube or something. So I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. That seems to be the biggest news coming out of the draft right now is what's going to go.
On other news, switching to the NBA real quick, Nikolai Jokic, the Joker, gets 61, but lose on last second free throws to the Timberwolves, 140-139. But with his performance, do you think that propels him to the MVP?
No.
You don't think so? You don't think Shea? Let's go over Shea Butters.
No, because I'll tell you why. Because the Thunder are the number 1 seed. They're 12 games better than Denver. And, I mean, like I said, if you take Jokic off of the Nuggets, they're not going to be as good, but you have Jamal Murray, who's an all-star. You have Porter, who can play. You've got players like Westbrook, who can get you buckets. You know, but what I'm saying is, but you look at the Thunder, I don't know who the Thunder's second best player is. I want to say it's Jay Will, but it could be Chet. But you're talking about 2 guys under 25 that, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the playoffs. Like, you know, we talk about, like, we know Shea's going to show up in the playoffs. Like, there's no guarantee. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He will show up. Will Jay Will and Chet show up? I don't know. We'll have to see, you know, because they're going to need help because he's only one player.
I was looking at a podcast this morning when I was getting this show set up, and it was about this guy. He's a Dallas. He's coming out of El Paso, Texas. He's a Dallas Cowboy fan, which he hates to love the Cowboys. That's what his thing is.
He's already discredited in my mind, but go ahead.
No, but he's a good guy. But he said that, you know, who says that the Joker isn't one of the best players in the NBA ever, because he's done stuff that hasn't been done in the NBA at all. I mean, ever.
No, so, I get it. I get it. And if Shea was not as good as he's been this year, and Shea's been phenomenal. Like Shea, like I said, number 1 seed, 12 games better than Denver. You know, hell, I think they split with Denver on a head-to-head. But if Shea wasn't having such a phenomenal season, Joker would win MVP again. There's no doubt. No doubt in my mind. This will probably be one of the closest MVP races in the history of the MVP voting. Because I think there are a lot of people that are on Joker's side, and there's a lot of people that are on Shea's side. And, you know, the thing is that I'm just going to go by who had the better year overall. Now, Jokic is Jokic. Like, he's going to do his thing. But Shea all season. There were times earlier parts of the season that Jokic was not balling out as much as he's balling out now. And Shea's been consistent throughout. Somebody's here.
Yeah, that's the Mad Ginser. Yeah, the Mad Hatter. So Steph Curry.
That's my.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm facts on the fact that they're going to be close. That MVP is going to be really close. That's going to be like a drop of a dime close.
It should be.
In other news, Steph Curry dropped 52 on the Grizzlies, almost breaking Klay Thompson's 14 threes record. He was 11-14 in that game. He was, man, I'll tell you what, every time I watch Steph Curry, I mean, there's people that shoot threes, you know, and that's becoming a trend in the NBA. But Steph Curry does it with some kind of different attitude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when he hits threes, he hits them from everywhere on the court. There ain't one place he can't hit a three from. And it's just amazing to watch him. It's like some teams get demoralized just by the fact he's hitting threes. You know what I'm saying? He starts hitting threes, it's over. But you know, he said he had to come off the 3-point. You know, his focus came off 3 points because they were in a tight game at one point with the Grizzlies in the fourth quarter. So he kind of got.
There's another guy. There's another guy too, dude. Hey, Robbie, you might unmute yourself, buddy.
Who's that?
It's Robbie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that, you know, you're gonna laugh when I say this, but about him as much because he when we talk about MVP races, I would say that Steph Curry means more than Jokic and SGA on their teams. Because if you watch a Stephless Warriors team, they're terrible. They are so bad. It's not even funny.
The last
and
couple when he got hurt the last couple of games, Jimmy Butler and Draymond took over that game pretty much, and they won the last couple of games with him out.
Right, but that's my point, is that you had to go get Jimmy Butler. Like, if you didn't have Jimmy Butler on that team, Steph wouldn't even be in the playoffs right now. Like, Steph Curry, for the most part, I mean, like, the guy is just amazing. Like, he's one of my favorite players in the NBA. Like, but the thing is that a lot of people don't talk about him because he's not a big guy. He's not a big guy like Jokic. He's not a skilled guard like SGA is, but he just wins, man. That's the thing,
I mean, I'm not taking that out of his hands. I think he's a very. I think people know him as his three, but if you ever watch him play, he's good at throwing dimes. He's good at that. I mean, he's good at taking the pressure. He'll go inside if he has to get a bucket. It's not. I mean, he's probably one of the top point guards out there. To tell you the truth,
he's not more skilled than SGA is. I'll tell you that.
Well, I mean, being that Steph Curry is 37. I would say,
even Steph in his prime, he wasn't SGA. Is what I'm saying. Like, Steph's a hell of Steph's an all world shooter. Like, there's no doubt. I've never seen a guy shoot like he shoots. And yes, his passing is underrated. I do agree with you on that. But when you compare him to like a skill of like SGA is more talented than Steph is. Steph's a better player. Overall, his career has been better than SGA. But if you're just talking overall talent, SGA is more talented than Steph.
Yeah, well, I mean, all it counts at the end of the day, you get wins. That's all that counts. So,
well, yeah.
I mean, yeah. But on the and getting away from the NBA, because it wasn't really too much. Tuesday was a very droll day in sports anyway. The Dodgers are still rolling in the MLB. Dodgers still rolling at 7-0 with a 2-1 victory over Atlanta, who's still looking for their first victory.
That's a good Atlanta team.
Yeah, it is. And San Diego is keeping pace with them at 6-0 with a win over the Guardians. Keep beating the Guardians' ass. I don't care, San Diego. Keep doing it. And so I think the Dodgers, they're going to end up running into a wall sooner or later, because they're not, somebody said they're going to win 125 games this year. I said, you've got to be out your mind. I mean, they're a good team, but they ain't win 125 games. The over is 104, and the record is 114. I think they could easily win over 114 games. I really do. I mean, they're not going to be a lot. I'm telling you right now, like, nobody has 2 or 3 pitchers of that caliber that can just lock in that offense. It's an all-star. Injuries happen.
It really
injuries happen. Exhaustion happens. They're going to have to start managing their players when it comes to the mid-season to after the All-Star game, so they can be usable in the playoffs. So there's a lot of things that could happen. The Dodgers are probably the best team in the league. That's without a doubt, because of their makeup of their roster. So they're a good team. I'm not putting that past them, but they're not going to go. I don't think they're going to win 125 games. They might be close. They might win 114. Would that be about the closest I think they're going to be?
I think they'll beat the record of 114. I think maybe like 115, 116. Yeah, 125 is a lot. No, I think maybe like 114.
What's going on, Robbie? Why over there?
I just got home.
You had to mute yourself.
Yeah, I just got home.
Yeah, we can tell. We can hear it all.
It's a thunderstorm in here, so you can tell.
It's raining everywhere in this country. What the hell's going on?
I was gonna turn the light on, but I kind of like it.
Dark.
Yeah, I kind of like it though.
Okay, well, that's good for you. On other Major League Baseball notes, the Detroit Tigers won last night again, 4-1. Now they are tied. Check it out now. Check it out though. They're 2-3, and guess what? They're tied in first place with everybody else, thanks to San Diego beating up on the Guardians. That's awesome. I love it. Keep doing it. Boston is 1-4.
The Pirates are on fire.
And yeah, the Pirates are losing. They lost 7-0 to the Rays yesterday, so they're at 1-5 in their division. You know, you need to go over there and slap the shit out of them.
We're 1-6. I think we're 1-6.
No, you're 1-5. I just looked at the standings.
Is it 1-5? Damn, I thought it was like 1-6 or 1-7.
It feels like that in the beginning of the season, don't it?
We're losing.
Oh, you're losing now.
We're going for 70.
But anyway.
Hey, the only thing good about the Pirates is their gear.
Yeah.
I like their gear.
Okay. Black and yellow all the day. Okay. Let's see what today. They're playing it right now? Oh,
yeah, they're losing 1-0.
2-0.
And we got the Yankees next.
Yeah, you're losing 2-0 now. Top of the fifth. Let's see who else is playing tonight.
It's the ownership, man. The ownership, they don't spend shit. You don't spend shit, you won't get different. You'll get the same results every year.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that with Jerry Jones later. The Boston Red Sox are playing Baltimore tonight in Baltimore. We got to get the giddy up in the Red Sox gear here. And Detroit will be at Seattle again tonight.
Nate's a Red Sox fan?
Yeah. Scuba will be tonight. That's a guaranteed win. I'm calling it. What do you mean? What did you say, Robbie? Oh,
Place for the sports teams.
What's that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Did my mic go low for a minute? Damn, my mic keeps cutting out.
Well, it sounds like a technical issue. Sounds like your technical issue. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Brett. Yeah, thunderstorms are hitting right where I'm at right now. So it's going to happen all day, bro. All day.
I'm gonna keep the light off.
It's spring weather, man. Spring weather.
Spring weather.
It was bad. I was just out there at it. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. It was terrible out here this morning. It started off snowing, then it started raining, then it started thunderstorming. I'm like, what the hell? But anyway, like it is. It's April the 2nd, folks. I mean, what do you expect? It's springtime, and it's Michigan weather. So there you go.
Yeah, and I got people working on my street.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
Back and stuff. There have been we're switching to the NFL real quick here. Oh, not real quick, but we're switching over to the NFL. There have been multiple trade inquiries for Joe Milton. Wonder who's been inquiring about him.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch rooms. These dudes are loud.
You get a headset, bro.
No, I mean, it's not going to really do anything.
My headset is fine. I do got a headset on. See?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he's got a headset on.
Are your speakers?
No, I got people working on my street.
No, he's got people. No, well, you can hear it because he's by the window A, and he uses a speaker for his computer. He doesn't use it for his earphone.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. So let's see. They're not saying who exactly is the guys or the people that are looking out. I'm looking right now just to see. They just say he's in a conversation for trade. You know, they got Brissett as a backup to Drake May. So, right. Well, I mean, once he left Michigan, he was better. So, I mean, I guess that helps out.
He'll probably be traded during the draft, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think that we'll use that as a trade piece. I think you're factual on that one. Yeah, I think that's a real good time to be.
It makes sense. You know,
because if somebody doesn't get their quarterback in the draft, which would be the top two, I mean that's the next way to go. That's why I'm saying I'm not sold on Tennessee getting a quarterback in the draft. I just see them
Keep
trying
beating
to
that
sneak
drum,
it.
man. I keep telling you that. Who are you taking at 1? If you're the Titans, if you stay there,
You could take anybody at 1 because Tennessee needs everybody. They need a defensive end. They need a cornerback. They need
who are you
a
taking?
running back.
Are you taking Abdul Carter at 1?
Well, I could. Their defense. You could take anybody. Like I said, Travis Hunter could be up there. They could take Travis Hunter. They could take Abdul Carter. They could take Will Johnson, although I wouldn't take Will Johnson at 1. I'm sorry. That ain't going to happen. I really wouldn't take Travis Hunter at 1 either. But the only reason that makes him so good at 1 is because he can play the wide receiver role too. But like I said, in the NFL, that's going to really not make it. He's going to have some plays, but he's not going to be doing like he was in college.
In my opinion, there's 3 players that you would take at 1: Cam, Abdul, or Travis. Everybody else, I would not take at 1.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they took a duel. They, like I said, they need help everywhere. It's not something. They might even take Gentry. You never know. That might be the surprise pick of the draft.
That would be dumb. I would not take Gentry at 1.
Why wouldn't you take Gentry at 1?
Because
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm in a different room now.
Because you can get Gentry later and trade down. Like, you're going to take your number 1 overall pick on Ashton Gentry.
But see, there's nobody that's really a number 1 pick. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Nate. And really, a dual Carter, yeah. But I would take him. But I wouldn't rule it. But Hunter is the number one guy overall on the draft boards. That's what I'm saying.
I'll go on record right now. If Gentry goes number 1, I will give you $100. You can book that.
You got $100 if he goes number 1. I just don't think that they're going to go.
What, the running back?
Yeah, no, Travis Hunter, man. He's a corner / wide receiver.
Who? I just heard Gentry going number 1.
Well, I'm just saying Tennessee can go all over the place right now. They don't need a quarterback, really. They don't. They got.
They can go.
This is what.
I would go Levis for another year.
Here's the thing: is if you're Tennessee, you either are going to take Cam Ward because you feel like he's going to be your guy, or you trade down and you get multiple draft picks to fill out some more holes. Oh no, that's my thing.
Tennessee could take that Abdul Carter.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
They could take that Carter.
And I'm cool. I'm good with that either way. I don't give a damn really, but that's good either way. I just don't think that Tennessee as much as people are thinking that they're going to take a quarterback at number 1, I don't think they've really given up on the quarterback spot of Mayo, and I'm calling him Mayo because we all know who he is. It's just
Mayo.
The fact that he's just. I think that after a year and a half of seeing, not even a year and a half, I think he's played 1 complete season even, and he's okay. They can work it out. They just need somebody capable of working with him so that he can be better.
If they don't trade Mayo, then that means that they're going to go with Mayo and take the best player they feel is on their board. And that's probably Abdul Carter. And then the Browns, like the Lions, are going to just turn that card in so quick for Cam Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Like they will be shitting a brick if Titans pass up on Ward and the Browns get Ward. Like after you had the Deshaun Watson debacle and you land arguably the best quarterback of the draft at 2, man.
Not necessarily the best quarterback, but the best quarterback in the draft. Yes, you did say that correctly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because that's all we.
I think the thing about this is though, Cleveland is in a pretty good position. We talk a lot of stuff about Cleveland and how their damn organization is. Yeah. But if you think about it, if they get Cam Ward, say this happens, then they get Cam Ward, they don't have to start him. They can sit him. They got like 50 quarterbacks on their roster. All they got to do is start, Little Hands Pickett and go out there and have him win. They're not going to win too many games. They just don't have enough talent out there to compete right now, at least to where they need to be competing.
Ideally, yes, I agree with you. I would love to see Cam Ward sit a year behind Pickett or behind whoever else, Kirk Cousins if they get him, or whoever else they're going to bring in there. Like, I agree with you. I just don't know if the fan base and the owner is going to want to go that route, but we'll see. You know,
Yeah, I think Cleveland is expecting this kind of situation to happen, whether they get Cam Ward or Shador.
right?
They're expecting to get a quarterback at their position. They're only number 2, and there's only 2 quarterbacks that are really touted to do anything.
So let's play a game.
What's
here.
up, Sonia?
Huh?
Sonia just
Sonia.
popped in.
What's up, Sonia? So let's play a game here. Let's say
Hi, Sonia.
if Cam does go to the Browns, then
Thank you, girl.
is Shador a lock for the Steelers?
Where does New Orleans pick in between the Steelers? Are they
Ninth.
over the Steelers right now?
They picked 9th.
Who? New Orleans?
Yeah, they picked 9th.
And what do the Steelers pick at?
21.
I'm
thinking he's going to go. I think he's going to go before they get to the Steelers. I don't think he's going to drop that low.
Yeah, I think Jackson.
You know, the Steelers could move up. They could trade up.
I think Jackson Dart's going to go to the New Orleans.
Yeah, I think Dart's a lock
because they have a lot of ties to Ole Miss. You know, Archie Manning. You know, kind of close and watching him play in the SEC, and I think they would be more.
But you know what? Most mock drafts I've seen don't have the Saints taking a quarterback.
That comment you just made, Nate. Ties don't mean anything. It's about winning football games. And if you win a football game,
we talk about the Lions. The Lions all about ties.
They're not always about ties.
That's all I'm saying.
Every mock draft,
they got an Alabama running back. There's no ties to that. I'm just saying.
Every mock draft I see,
you got to pick and choose certain things, and I just don't think that New Orleans is going to go out for Jackson Dart. I just don't see it. I don't care if he's from Ole Miss or not. He's not. There's no quarterbacks. There's no quarterbacks in this draft that are worth that anyway. You'd be surprised. I'm surprised that Cam Ward was going to go to somebody. I'm surprised.
Every mock draft I read, they don't have the Saints taking a quarterback. They got them taking Shamar Stewart. They got the Saints taking edges in every mock draft I read.
But the thing is, like, this is you know, I was listening to talk radio earlier, and they were talking to Todd McShay, who, like I said, the guy lives and breathes college football. He said that he has Jackson Dart right around where Shador is. So Jackson Dart is taller and more athletic than Shador is. So if they're about the same category, I would take Jackson Dart if you're going the quarterback route. Now, just imagine it just depends on how they feel about Derek Carr. You know, like, do they want to run with Derek Carr? Or do they want to get a young quarterback and then Derek Carr has 1 year and then he's done? You know, they move on from him. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, like, ties and relationships do matter. It's not the end all be all, but it does matter because they get extra insight on these players.
Who's your guy, Sonia, that you guys want to get? Carolina wants to get.
I'm reading this newest mock draft, and they only even have Shador going in the first round.
He's going in the first round. Steelers will take it.
This mock draft is by Eric Edholm. Edholm?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
He's an analyst for NFL Network.
But what I'm saying is, like,
the receiver. Yeah, okay.
I think Steelers they might go receiver again.
Not in the first round, Robbie.
If
you got
Shador,
receivers there, and you got a guy that still got to prove himself. I don't see them going receiver.
If Shador is there at 21, they will take him. I promise you.
Yeah, because Pickens is pretty much gone. That's the only thing they
would take over him. Yeah, I don't know who would be. Yeah, I can't tell you who that's going to be because I just don't think you guys are going to get a wide receiver. There's no point in taking that.
Every mock, they got the Saints taking an edge or an offensive lineman.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't have them taking no quarterback, but
if they didn't have Derek Carr, it probably would be Shador or Dart.
So, what's your take on Nate? Brent is actually, and what's up, Brent? What's your take on the dark horses? And he said Tyler Shaw.
Tyler Shaw. Oh, he's
Shuck.
the biggest drawback on him is his age.
Yeah.
What's up, Neil?
Shuck's got some talent.
Tyler Shaw, though, is a shot. It's show. How you say his last name? But the biggest drawback on him, he's 25 years old right now. He'll be 26 in September.
Yeah. Another quarterback too. I think Shuck and Kyle McCord and Milroe. Ewers. Oh yeah, I forgot Ewers. I keep reading about Ewers. Yeah. Ewers, Milroe, Shuck, and probably who that missed?
Shaw.
Shuck, Ewers, Milroe, and McCord from Syracuse.
And then I heard the biggest drawback on Shador is he can't run.
Right. Well, he's not athletic. Yeah. But I think those quarterbacks are all primed to probably go in the second round. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, if you're a team who needs a quarterback, i.e. Robbie's team, I mean, you could either trade up and get the guy if he falls, like a Shador or a Dart, or you trade up early in the second round. I don't know what their pick is in the second round, but you trade up early in the second round and get your guy in the second round. You know.
So if I had to choose between Dart and Sanders, I want Dart.
Yeah,
but I don't think the Stars are gonna. I don't think this.
It's a very similar.
I don't think the Stars are going to draft quarterback first round. I think we're going to take Milroe. Wait to get Milroe later in the draft, and they're probably going to take Kenneth Grant at 21, a defensive tackle from Michigan.
I mean, they could, and that's what I'm saying is like you're going to have your option of 4 quarterbacks in the second round if you want to.
Maybe,
but you better draft early because they're not going to be there that long.
Prim and proper sports.
Don't get me wrong. If they drafted Shador Sanders, I wouldn't be mad. Like, I wouldn't be mad at all. It's a quarterback. We need one.
That'd be a good. That'd be a good play.
Every mock draft I read, like most of them got Shador dropping.
Not. I mean, I just. Everybody wants to pump up this draft, and really, like I said, these guys are just basically they're prospects, but they need to be worked on. And I don't think any of them, the majority of the first round draft picks that won't start. They shouldn't start. Period, because they're not. Yeah. They're just thrown up. Like I said, it's where they're getting drafted at. So, thank you, Prim and Proper Sports.
Yeah, definitely, and I agree with you, B. I think the only one that's probably going to start is Cam. Outside, everybody else is probably going to be a back.
Because he'll have to. Wherever he goes, he's going to have to start because he ain't got nothing. So, yeah. But also that we see that Calais Campbell reunites with the Cardinals on a 1-year, $5.5 million deal with a value of $7.5 million.
Yeah, he just wanted to go home, man.
He just wanted to do something. I just don't know.
He's not chasing a ring. He just wants to go home.
Prim and Proper Sports says Cleveland should just take Shador and get the fuck on.
I mean, yeah.
Brent said, I would avoid Sanders because I don't want the circus drama that's going to follow him. Yeah, that's it. That's their.
That's another part that nobody's talking about, really.
I think Cam Ward's going 1. Cleveland's going to take that edge at 2. Don't Carter.
Callis is washed up in is in his final season. So I get from Prim and Proper. And Callis is just, I think he knows this too. And I think he just signed this to get that extra paycheck in there. And he'll probably retire with the Arizona Cardinals.
Let's go back to that. Let's go back to what Robbie said, because I agree with him. And I think that's going to be interesting to watch with Myles Garrett and Abdul Carter on opposite sides of each other. Damn. Like,
it's Cleveland. It's Cleveland, though.
Abdul Carter to be as good as he is, damn. Like,
it's Cleveland, though. They waste talent.
Well, defense they don't. Quarterbacks they do.
You do pronounce the CA Prim property. It's Calais.
Calais.
Yeah, it's Calais.
What are you talking about, Calais? What are you talking about? Calais
Campbell. How they were going over this the last time I heard about this. They were going over the whatchamacallit. So the name. And Brent agrees with you, Sonia.
I think if the Titans don't trade, they're not going quarterback. Because why would you draft a quarterback when you still have Mayo?
And this is the point I'm just trying to make. I think that Mayo. I think they're going to still keep up with Mayo. If he doesn't do anything this year, if he doesn't improve on his play this year, make bad decisions, so on and so forth, because you're in your third year of your NFL contract. So then I would say I'm talking about Mayo. If he fails this year in Tennessee, I think that they are going to try to find a coach. I think they're doing this because next year the quarterback draft class is going to be a little bit better. I'm going to say it's going to be much better, but it's going to be a little bit better than this class.
Is Mayo already in his third year? I thought Mayo's in his second year.
No, he's in his third year.
Third
year because he played half a year. Remember, he played half a year to get rid of Tannehill. They got rid of Tannehill his first year. He played the rest of that season. Then this season he got injured because Robbie Superhero over there played for some of the time. Remember, because he played against us, Rudolph Mason.
I'm telling you, man, Mason is a warrior.
Time flies.
Just not on the Titans.
Yeah. I mean,
you're right.
I mean, I agree. But like I said, if he's not traded by the draft, they're not gonna go quarterback.
Yeah, Cleveland has actually done that, Brent. Yeah, they overtook
Cleveland.
The Lions as the most miserable franchise they are.
Cleveland was always the most miserable, though, I think, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it like this. Their history, they have a gap in their history besides the Ravens did steal Cleveland from Cleveland when they were a good team, and they moved them to Baltimore, and they just worked on that way. So Baltimore, the Baltimore Browns is what I call them now.
Yeah, Baltimore couldn't get their own team, so they had to steal another team's.
That's exactly correct.
And then they jacked the color purple from the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey,
because he's working right now, prim and proper. He working, so he's that's why he's off video right now. He's gracing us with his presence while he busts his behind.
Exactly. Yeah, he's carrying that wall, though.
Cashing necks or snapping necks and cashing checks.
There you go.
Shout out to Will.
He's a hitman. He's a hitman.
So going to once some sorry franchises to once a proud franchise. Jerry Jones states that Parsons' contract situation is not urgent at all.
Yeah, because they can't afford.
I agree with them. I agree with Jerry.
You're not going to tie 3 players into your total cap. You're just not going to do that. You're just not.
Well, I mean, you did that last year. Yeah. But the problem with Jerry Jones is he's doing the same thing he does every year and expecting a different result. He's expecting to win a Super Bowl because he makes these stupid decisions at the end of the season. Even if he does sign, he signs Parsons, it's going to be late, and then he's going to overpay for Parsons because he paid it near the time that they're going to start the season.
Well, either way, Parsons wants a $200 million contract. That's an overpay. We can all agree on that.
Yeah, Tom. Yeah, basically. Yeah, I'm on that board.
So
Jones gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. I mean, he probably will because he has at least won a Super Bowl with Dallas. But I mean, that Super Bowl was like 500 years ago.
Yeah.
They get hurt. You know what it is? It ain't about people getting hurt on Dallas. It's just that when you have a lackluster season, you ever notice how injuries happen a lot more when you have a lackluster season? More players get injured. More players get injured when we're winning, though. That's what I'm saying. When the team is like 5-6 or 5-7 and have no chance to get to the playoffs. That they're going to start getting injured all of a sudden.
Well, they stop caring.
They stop caring. That's right.
We were winning and we lost players.
Oh, the Clown Hall of Fame, yeah. Yeah, he'll be in the Clown Hall of Fame. He'll be in the Hall of Fame because, he's made that franchise a lot of money. You can't forget that. That's a business. Yeah, he's going to be a Hall of Fame coach. I mean, owner. I mean, that's just what's going to be. I mean, hell, I can't even say Clay Ford, the Fords are going to be. I mean, who's going to go in the Hall of Fame for them anyway? For the Lions, that's what I want to know. It might be Sheila if we get to win a Super Bowl.
She'll give the credit to the Fords.
What are you trying to say, Sonya? She gave me a bent eggplant emoji. Is he just a bent dick, old dick? I don't know what the hell it is, but anyway. Jerry Jones, an awesome businessman when he's doing anything, except sticking his nose into football decisions. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Brent. Definitely.
Well, when you don't have a GM, that's what happens. Owner medals and everything.
I mean, this year I thought they started off good. They started getting, they signed people that were making a difference. They signed the young defensive guy that was played well last year. They had Dak redo his contract so they can get more cap space. But then it's like between that and now, it's like everything fell off. It's like it's the typical Dallas thing again. And he's going to go out there and say what he did last year and talking about, I'm not worried about Dak's contract. I'm not worried about CeeDee Lamb's contract. But he signed him near the end anyway. It helped us out because that's how we went off of Goff's contract. So, and Amon's contract. Yeah, the whole fan base is a clown. I can guarantee that. I understand. Yeah. I got you. I got you, Sonya. I know who you were talking about.
And the Schottenheimer signing was not good either.
Yeah, that was like because they waited too long. Had they started doing their coaching search immediately instead of letting McCarthy hang on by a string, they could have got Ben. They could have got anybody. I don't know if Ben would want that contract. I don't think Ben personally doesn't like the Cowboys, to tell you the truth, and I don't blame him. But
Ben would have gone to the Cowboys. I could have seen that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I just don't think he likes the Cowboys. At the shopping center.
He might not like the Cowboys, but he liked the money.
Yeah, well, it depends. It depends on the action. And he probably would have got paid that money, obviously, because the Chicago Bears paid him that money, and that's where he went.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why he went there.
Quarterback in Dak and the star receiver in CeeDee Lamb, and you got some young pieces on the O-line.
Yeah. I mean, he's basically got a good O-line, a good quarterback. The only thing he had to shop for is a running back because they really ain't got any running backs. So, I mean, and they just gave away one of their good running backs.
You can get what you want in this draft.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he would have been perfect for that situation. You're right, actually, think about it. But he went to the highest payer, and that was Chicago at the time. So, and Chicago doesn't have nearly. Well, I mean, they do got a pretty good. Their overall team is all right.
What is Dallas draft pick? Where's Dallas drafting?
12. There you go, Robbie. 12. He's on it. Look at Robbie. He is on it.
They can move up to get Genty too, because Genty wants to play for the Cowboys. He said that.
I've been reading a lot of mock drafts.
There you go. So he said he wanted to go to the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Genty did say that, and the Raiders GM's son said you better draft Ashton Genty. He's there at 6.
Yeah,
there you go. Well, I mean, we all like to play. I mean, if we're in college football and we're being touted as a first-round draft pick, we all want to go play where our favorite teams. Right. I'm sure that if we are, me and Nate were drafted in the first round, we want to go play for the Lions. The same thing for Matt Yenser. You want to go play for the Steelers. But what you want and what happens are usually two different things. So most of the time. And you just be happy you're in the NFL, period. That's how I feel.
Genty will be. He just said he would like to play for the Cowboys if he could.
Mm-hmm. I enjoy playing couch DM.
Couch DM. I like that. So, hey, Rob, you got any other football news for us, brother? Besides Aaron Rodgers, I don't want to hear about Aaron Rodgers today.
No, I'm so sick and tired of him. I'm kind of wishing like he would just go away.
Go to his dark place.
Yeah, just go in a dark place and just don't come out of it. Just stay there. Do all the edibles, the drugs, all you want. To shut the fuck up.
Oh, this is a news thing that just came up. Hendrickson says the Trey Hendrickson, the defensive end from Cincinnati, says that the communication between him and the Bengals have been really poor, and that he doesn't know what's going on at this time. The contract situation has stalled.
They don't got the money, man. They don't got the money.
Yeah, that's the reason why. Probably they have stalled.
And, they're stupid. They should never sign both the receivers. They should have let Higgins walk.
Can anybody afford? I mean, maybe the Commanders, but can anybody else afford a $30 million DN?
Like, damn, Joe Burrow really runs that team.
Chicago could.
Oh,
Well, let me see. Does Chicago got? Do they have enough? Well, they might not have enough anymore because they
spent a lot of money already, bro.
On the cap. Yeah,
I heard the Commanders are.
Any team in the top 5 can afford them. Theoretically,
I heard the Commanders are big on Henderson. They were trying to trade for him.
They said they would throw draft picks and money at him. So.
God's already debunked that idea. So
I don't know, man. I'm kind of thinking the Commanders are set on a drawback next season. I think they're going to load too much hype.
I don't know.
I think they'll be better. I think they'll be a little bit better. I think they're going to give Philadelphia a run for their money a little bit better than they did in the playoffs. That's for sure. And I think that people don't understand the fact that what you don't do in a draft is equally as important what you do in a draft, or what you do in an off-season period is equally as good as what you don't.
Commanders are going to win the division. Just book it.
I don't know about that. I think Philadelphia wins it again.
Fun fact.
I think those two teams will be battling out for first place.
Let me hit you with some knowledge. Fun fact: in the last 10 to 15 years, nobody's won back-to-back years in that division.
Fun knowledge. That's just stats. That doesn't accumulate to what's going to happen. I don't believe in that stuff anyway.
Commanders will win the division. Book it.
Nope. Nobody said that the Lions are. Nobody said the Lions are going to back divisions either. But that's what happened.
I think the Commanders just caught a hot streak. That was it. I think they're going to have a little setback next year.
I think that it's going to be a little bit more difficult road for them as far as the quarterback play is considered, because now people know about Jaden Daniels, and they are going to try extra hard to game plan for him. So instead of just not game planning for everybody else, so that'll be a little more difficult
around him. That's why
there's film on him now.
Yeah, there's film on him now. You got it. So it's going to be a hit or miss. I think Washington still do fine in that division. I think the Giants aren't going to be as good as everybody thinks that they're going to try to jump up to be. And Dallas certainly
Cowboys might be the worst in that division.
Cowboys might be the worst. Yeah, they might be the worst in the division. It all depends on what this draft does. If they draft somebody, if Gentry gets in there, they might have a little bit of a chance to be above the Giants. But I don't know, man. Those two teams are just like wicked bad right now. Their franchise ownership is just bad. And that usually translates to having a bad season. So
you're not wrong.
So Brett says that I agree the Commanders will take a slight step back. DC's now has a year of tape on them, just like he agreed with Robbie there. But yeah, I mean, I think everybody's going to take a step back. I mean, last year was an anomaly in the NFC that we had so many teams, in one division even get so good. I think that nobody's going 15-2 in the NFC North. I don't think anybody's going to even reach 13-4. I really don't. I think the North is so stacked. I think 12 is the most wins. I think that's going to win you the division, and that's going to be a tie too. I think a couple teams are going to be 12-5. I don't think the Lions are going to be 15-2 again. No really team achieves that 2 years in a row.
I'm not going to lie, bro. I hope the store schedule is not as brutal as next season as it was last year.
Well, I mean, you do got to come play the Lions this year.
Oh my God! Last year's the last 6 games. Did you see the last 6 games we played? We played again. That was brutal. The last 6 games of the year, that was brutal.
You mean all 6 games that Russ Wilson lost? No, I don't put those losses on Russ Wilson. The defense gave up.
That defense.
In four of those 6 games, I can tell you that. Yeah.
I'm actually looking. To tell you the truth, I'm actually looking forward to the Lions game this year. Like in Detroit. That's going to be. I'm hoping that's going to be a good. That's going to be a good game.
Pickens gave up on you half of those games too. He would just played instead of being a fucking diva all day. But anyway, I do think that the divisions that we play are something outside the outside divisions that we play are going to be something to be said too. We do play Kansas City on the road, which I'm not worried about that either as a Lions fan. But we do play Philadelphia on the road, and we do play Washington on the road. Now, Washington, I don't worry about too much because it's a get-back game, and Lions usually do pretty good when they have revenge games. The other game, we play the AFC Central. I mean, the AFC Central. The AFC North. So we got to play Baltimore in Baltimore. That's going to – Lions never have any luck in Baltimore, ever. I've never seen them win a game in Baltimore, ever.
That'll be one of my losses.
Yeah, it's tough to win in Baltimore.
I'm not worried about Cleveland. I'm really not worried about Cincinnati either. Cleveland comes here and Pittsburgh comes here, but I'm not worried about playing in Cincinnati because they have no offensive line. And they
no
defense.
They
don't have any defense. They don't have no defense. They don't have an offensive line that's good anymore. Yeah. The Raiders practically took their best offensive lineman right now. So, I mean, Cincinnati is going to have that Chicago feel to it, although they're going to have better skill players. That's all I got to say. And the offense.
Cleveland plays tough at home. Cleveland does play tough at home. You just play them. I mean, I'm talking about Cleveland. You just go to Cleveland, right?
No.
You also got to factor the weather. You got to factor the weather too.
Cleveland, Pittsburgh come here.
Okay, I thought you said Cincinnati and Pittsburgh.
No, you don't.
Go to Detroit.
He played good in Green Bay. You don't struggle in weather. That's just
snowing or something. He could.
Who?
He played good in Chicago when it was cold as fuck.
Yeah,
who are you talking about?
The narratives of that situation, I don't believe in. Everything is up. It's just something that people want you to have stats for. Those are stats that I said are inconclusive stats because they're never.
Well,
it's never the same.
Golf splits outside of the dome are really significant. That's why they say that.
Hopefully,
it didn't hurt him last year. He won all 3 of his road games outside last year.
Yeah.
So that put that to rest. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, but yeah. So we got about 2.5 minutes. Anybody you got anything else for me, Nate? Any words of wisdom?
Who the Pistons play tonight?
Yes, the Pistons play tonight to play OKC without Cade. Cade is doubtful to be in this game. Of course, they still got those. This is the first suspension for the guys that got suspended. So I don't think they're winning this game, bro. And it's in OKC. Yeah, they're not winning this game.
Who are they playing?
Sorry. OKC. In OKC.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, I don't know, man. That might be a revenge game. They might be coming out with some fire on that one.
No, last time Shea Butter put up 49 points. I just don't see them winning that game. Other than that, the Tigers will be ending their series tonight, hopefully with a sweep. Pittsburgh hopefully wins their next game, so they don't get swept.
You talking about the Pirates?
I'm talking about the Pirates. I think Boston starts their next series tomorrow, or is it Friday? I'm not sure. Tonight. Okay. Other than that, the Red Wings are out of it, so we're not talking about them.
Yeah, same with the pain. Hey, man, I feel your pain.
For the Tigers, Casey played pretty well last night.
Yes, he did. Yeah, Casey Mize played real good.
Is he a rookie or is he a?
No, he played last year.
Okay.
Yeah, he played last year. And I tell you, the Tigers' offense really did a pretty good job too. They were nickel and diamond like they usually do. Torkelson made a good ass play, even though he had 3 strikeouts in that game. Oh, dude! But he made good plays.
You're complaining about 3 strikeouts. Rafael Devers has had 19 strikeouts since he started the season. Hasn't had a hit yet.
That's bad.
Yeah, I know. He'll get it going when he comes back home.
Brett said the only thing about being a good Lions fan is that the Bears will always suck worse. I know that's right. But anyway, thank you for everybody that joined on here. The viewers that we got. Again, like, share, subscribe if you wish. And we'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. But tomorrow will be Jim and his hockey. So we will be on there to listen to his hockey takes and see what's going on in the world of the NHL. Everybody else,
tomorrow.
Have a great day. Yeah, that's tomorrow.
That's
Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.
Stay